let's talk about the male loneliness epidemic and Star Wars. Don't worry, I'm going to be talking about the movies. I'm not going to have some weird KOTOR deep cuts as much as I would love to use Carthonasi for for this reference. I'm not going to. So let's talk about Anakin Skywalker, because Anakin Skywalker is very much a red-pilled idiot. Don't get me wrong, I love Anakin, and I love his growth through the series and everything, but like, he is a very good metaphor for what's happening to young boys in particular right now. They are taught that they're special. Anakin is the only human who could ever pod race, and he's the chosen one, and he's the youngest Jedi to ever be put on the Jedi Council, and like, he's special, and he takes that to mean that he gets special treatment. Do you see where I'm going with this? So men or boys these days are taught by the Bro Jogan podcast and all these other like right-wing centric spheres that they're special and that they deserve something. Like, they've earned something just by being a white cis-het male. And they haven't, first of all. And it's also led to this, like, I deserve this from women. I deserve this from my peers. I deserve this from my job. And, like, that's not how the world works. And that's not how, like, being social works either. And nobody is able to say to these men, that's wrong, or they take it personally, or they say, like, you just don't understand the alpha male mindset, or something like that. Like, it's very much like, I'm right, and if you disagree with me, then you're just automatically wrong. Like, there's no room for error there. And I think it's important to remember that, like, emotional intelligence is learned. And it can be, like, it can be helped. It can be taught. And you can, like, encourage it. And that's not what these right-wing manospheres are doing to men. They're saying, you deserve this, and if you feel any sort of way but happy about your life, you're wrong. And if you're ever unsure, listen to me. I have the answers. And so I'm going to bring this back to Anakin and the Jedi Order. If you know anything about me, you know that I dislike the Jedi. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I'm a real big nerd about Star Wars. I don't know if you could tell that just by looking at me, but I don't like the Jedi. They are a dogmatic society of people that, like, push down their emotions, and that's not healthy. So Anakin doesn't learn emotional intelligence because the Jedi don't allow that. They don't talk about their emotions because there is no emotion, there is peace. That's part of the Jedi code. So they don't talk about it. If Anakin feels anger, they say, you're not supposed to feel anger. If he gets sad, they say, well, there is no death, there is the Force. And that's just not how life works. We are meant to feel emotions. We are meant to learn and sit in those emotions and, like, take them in. And in both Star Wars and these right-wing manospheres, they're saying you don't feel emotions. If you feel emotions, you're a pussy. or you got to push that down. And it's leading to men who think they deserve something, who have no emotional intelligence, and who can't read social cues enough to not realize that they're not the nice guy. Like, nice guys, 9 times out of 10, are the guys, like, I don't know if you saw that Ring doorbell video where the guy stood there afterwards and was like, thank you for dinner, blah, blah, blah. And so, like, that's the kind of shit where men just expect something and they don't read that social cue enough to say that woman was not interested in me, and that's okay. She's allowed. We need to talk to men. We need to figure this out, and men need to go to therapy. Everyone needs to go to therapy, but like, we really need to start trying to foster emotional intelligence and like trying to grow that and learn how to teach these people how to be people again, because they're very much not. They're so disconnected from society, and they're acting like it's society's fault that they're not accepting of them. No, we're all living in a society, and you are off in your little Jedi order where you don't respect people's emotions. So let's work on that.